Hey guys, it's Jamie, your Presidential Diamond Upline. I wanted to make a video and share my story with you guys and kind of what I feel like are my secrets or tips for success. So I'm going to get started with my story first. I found it works, like most of you probably, on Facebook. Somebody posted about the wraps, and I'm not even going to lie, at first I wasn't interested in the wraps. I just skimmed past those posts. But what caught my attention was this girl posted one day a screenshot of what somebody above her made in 1 month. And yes, that's against compliance if you're wondering, but this was over 2.5 years ago. But anyway, so she posted the screenshot of what this girl made, and it was over $10,000 in 1 month. And so that really caught my attention. At this time, I was taking online college classes, just the general studies, because I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. No idea. Thomas was going back to school to be a dentist at that time. So we were living off of student loans and food stamps. Kingston was, I think, like 8 months old. Quentin was 6. And, we were broke. We were literally broke. And the only reason I was even able to sign up for this was actually because I had just received my student loans. And we took out, the maximum amount that we could because that's what we had to live off of. So anyway, I signed up. Let me just rewind a little bit. So I called the girl that night, and I'm asking her, or she's telling me about the products and telling me about how the wrap is, the most popular product, and that's kind of what the whole company is focused around. But we have a lot of great products, and so I just asked her. I was like, okay, so these wraps really work, right? And she told me yes, and I took her word for it. And I signed up that night. I boosted with the $400 boost kit because, like I just said, we had just got my student loans. So, I got the big boost kit. And then after I thought about it that night, I immediately signed Thomas up under me the next day because I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to make it work. If somebody out there can make $10,000 in 1 month, I'm going to do it too. And so I signed him up under me because I was, I'm in it for the long haul. And we ordered the big boost kit for him also. So, I think at that time that big boost kit had 8 wraps in it, or 8 boxes of wraps. So, I had 16 boxes of wraps coming, and I was ready to go. I started posting on Facebook. I planned a party immediately. And I created a Facebook page too. And, that's something that a lot of you are also doing, but, it takes time to build up your Facebook page. So, in the meantime, I continued to post all the time. In the beginning, I would say I posted every single day about It Works on my personal Facebook page. And I started to sell individual wraps to people that, wanted to try. I planned wrap parties. And let me tell you a little bit about my first wrap party. I was the first person to sign up from the small town where I'm from. Where I live now is an hour away from my hometown. So I planned a wrap party for a couple weeks, and I was going to have it at my mom's house. So I invited, just everybody I knew from Rushville, that was where I was from. And I think I had 35 girls that were supposed to come to my wrap party. My first wrap party. There were supposed to be 35 girls. I was like, oh my God, how am I going to wrap all these people? I don't even know what I'm doing. I am an extremely shy person, especially, around people that I don't know very well or talking in front of people. So, sometimes it's even hard for me to make these videos for you guys. So I was like, how am I going to talk in front of 35 people? I was just, going through all the stuff in my head. I was so scared to do this party. Well, 8 girls showed up. Okay, this was my first wrap party. 8 girls showed up out of 35. So immediately I was a little bit discouraged, wow, this sucks. But anyways, I wrapped all 8 girls, so I made $200 wrap cash, but nobody signed up as a customer. Nobody signed up as a distributor. So I left my first wrap party feeling kind of like I failed a little bit. The $200 that I made back in wrap cash was great, but, no customers, no distributors. So I just came home, and I kept every day promoting more, posting more on Facebook. I kept, working my Facebook page. I would do little bitty ads when I could, throw $20 towards the Facebook ads to build my likes up. And, I did these things called ladders constantly, every day. It's where everybody has a business page and they're trying to get, likes. So you go post your page and then everybody's supposed to like each other's pages. Anyway, I was doing that stuff, all the time, every day to build my audience up. And so this is where it gets kind of tricky for me, I guess, because it went slow. It went slow. I am not one of those people that signed up and, became diamond in a month or even 3 months. I think it took me 4 months to even promote to the rank of Ruby. I felt like I did good from the very beginning in a way. Like I said, it started off slow, but I just got my 4th loyal customer, I think, on my 30th day. So I did get my 120 in free products. And then I got a few distributors kind of quickly, within my first couple months. I signed up a few distributors. But like a lot of you know, a lot of people sign up and quit right away. They quit before they even get started. So, I felt like I was signing up these people and, signing up some distributors, and I was getting excited about that, but I wasn't going anywhere. It got to the point where I felt like I was just working so hard, and, we would get paid on the 15th, and there was a couple times where Thomas actually even looked at me, and it was just like, you work at this so much every single day, and you work so hard, like you're being paid like 10 cents an hour for what you're doing. And he told me that I should just quit. I was so mad. I mean, he made me cry, but I knew deep down, I don't know how I knew, but I just knew that this was what I was supposed to do. I was going to make this work. I was going to be one of those people that was able to say, I make $10,000 a month selling body wraps. I did it. I can do it. So I told him to shut the hell up, and he would see. And that's exactly what I did. I continued to just do what I was doing, posting on Facebook, trying to build my page up. At that time, I didn't use Instagram. I don't even know if it was around. I'm sure it was by then, but, I had no idea. So I would book wrap parties when I could. I'm not gonna lie, I did not blitz back then like I should, and who knows how it could have helped me even quicker if I did, but I just kept doing it. I stayed consistent every single day. I was doing things for my business. I was trying to find new friends on Facebook so that they could see, what I was doing. I was, still doing the ladders, still posting on my Facebook page, still posting on my personal page, and it was slow. It wasn't until 10 months when I finally reached the rank of diamond. And now I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Let me rewind and tell you this, that the yearly conference, the big conference in January was coming around, and it was going to be my first one. And everybody was just talking about how you have to get to conference, that it just changes your business to go to conference. It changes your life. And, this is what I wanted to do, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to conference. We didn't have money, by then. This was, I was running out of our student loan money, so, but, I told Thomas anyway. I was like, I'm going to go. Like, I'm going to conference. You can either stay here or you can come with me, and I'll find a way to get there on my own. Well, he decided to come, and we drove from Indiana to Florida. He complained the whole way. We slept in the car overnight, and then we slept in the car for a few hours, at some truck stop. And then we continued on the way, and then we went to conference, which the conference is, usually a Thursday evening, all day Friday, and all day Saturday. Well, I think that we left Saturday right after it was over. We drove all the way back, slept in the car again. But my point about conference is that, Thomas complained the whole way there that he didn't want to go, that we did not have money for this, that this was just such a waste of our money and time. And I told him that I was going with or without him. And thank God he went, because that first conference that we went to was the most amazing. It was the most amazing It Works event I've ever been to. Thomas left conference more on fire than I was. he was dead set on being a dentist. No matter, in the beginning when I told him that, one day I was going to be making $10,000 or more a month doing this, he was like, well, that's great, I'm going to be a dentist. So we leave conference and he's just completely changed. He's just, I don't know. I don't even know what it was that did it for him. I think just, realizing the people behind this company that really are awesome people. We could not have a better CEO, and, they really have our backs and everything. I think like seeing that and just hearing other people's stories too, that, they came from nothing and they struggled, but they made it work. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but he left conference so on fire, literally more on fire and more excited about it works than I was. So we came home, and 2 weeks later, I finally promoted to Diamond. And let me tell you, I honestly, like I told you before from the beginning, I knew I was going to make this work. I just knew it, but honestly, there was a part of me that just, it's one of those things like you don't ever really picture yourself getting to Diamond. You feel like it's never ever going to happen for you. And I finally did it 2 weeks after leaving conference, because I was on fire. Thomas was even more on fire than me. He was now excited and willing and ready to help me with this business instead of hold me back and be like, you're getting paid 10 cents an hour or whatever else he wanted to say. So, with him being there, not holding me back and, being more supportive, I came home and just got to work, and literally 2 weeks later was Diamond, and it was the best feeling in the world. After that, I think it was a couple months after that, I promoted to Double Diamond, and then it was a couple months after that, I promoted to Triple Diamond. After I reached Diamond, it was like finally all that hard work that I put in for 10 months every single day. Every day I was doing something, and it felt like it was for nothing, but it wasn't, because after I reached Diamond, my business exploded. And like I said, 2 months later, it was Double Diamond. 2 months later, I was Triple Diamond. And then I think it took me 3 more months, and I was Presidential Diamond. That is when you are actually VIP elite with the company. You're at the second to the highest rank in the company, and it's just, it's one of those things. I definitely never really imagined getting to Presidential Diamond. So it's one of those things like, my point of sharing my story with you all is that, sometimes people who don't know the stories of presidentials or ambassadors, you think it was just always easy, or maybe they had some experience before, or they knew the right people, and they, were able to sign them up right away, and just whatever. I used to think that about so many people, that she just got lucky, or, she had some secret and we don't know about it. I used to think that stuff, but, that's not the case. The key is seriously being consistent every single day, staying consistent, staying positive, and just being persistent. That's always been my secret for success, I feel like, is being consistent, persistent, and staying positive. I don't even know what I was going to say now, but, that's my story. You don't give up. Sometimes it can feel extremely defeating. And I guess I forgot part of my story where I think I was Double Diamond, and Thomas decided at that point that he was going to withdraw from dental school because he saw the potential finally in this business, and he wanted to do this with me. He knew that we could make more money doing this and quicker than he would being a dentist. If he was going to go to dental school, it was going to be every day like a job. Every day, an hour away from our home, from 8 in the morning until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. He would be in debt, like, my Lord, I don't even know how much, like $250,000 or something ridiculous for dental school. So, he's right. We were able to make just as much money, if not more, than a dentist, as now we're both Presidential Diamonds. So it's just amazing. I always knew that like I said in the beginning, I just knew I was going to make it work, but I never even imagined like it would change our lives like it has. You know, we're both able to be stay-at-home parents all the time. You know, Kingston has never had to go to daycare or anything, a babysitter. You know, Quentin gets to get on the bus in the mornings and get off the bus and be home. You know, we don't ever miss any of his practices, his baseball, basketball, football games. You know, it's amazing, you know, being able to be both stay-at-home parents and make the kind of income like we do. That's why I'm so passionate about this business, and I just know that if I can do it, that anybody can do it, as long as you stay positive, you stay consistent, and just don't give up. So I hope that my story was helpful for some of you guys. So thank you for listening.